here many times before, standing here with broken hands, knocking on this broken door.
It's a song about you, Tess.
I can't decide.
Been here many times before.
And this is just another time I prove to you
Such a
bore. I must know.
T.Y. shut the door.
Little I must know.
There was lots of gore. One of these Protoss's will be no more.
Yeah, what an odd song choice here. We're going with it though. We do have quite a variety of music here at the GSL. I actually don't know who wins this. I think Patience is supposed to, but Hurricane's win record is so good.
Well, I think that Patience might take him out. Like, Hurricane, he played pretty well against Stats, but he does make some mistakes here and there that it's just like... Patience, I feel like he can probably keep himself together and just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it,
Just
you know what I mean?
Just do
Ah, jeez.
Fight! 2017 Hot 6, GSL Season 3, Code S.
In the upper left in the blue, he is
Hurricane.
in the bottom red. In the bottom right in the red. Whoa.
Whoa. Patience.
That was the cast that finally broke Tasus. We knew he only had about 3,560 casts in him before he fell apart.
Approximately. That's why we don't overuse him in defense.
That's right.
Well,
So,
it's been a pretty funny day.
yeah, I've been having a good time.
Definitely some dumpstering has gone on.
Oh, yeah.
The matches haven't been particularly close today. You know that thing I said about being the best group? I think I was wrong.
Well, that's okay, Artosis. We don't pay you to be a fortune teller. We pay you mostly for your infectious laugh.
Watching you see to it.
Oh. Yeah, that was sad, man.
Yeah.
Our foreign players got dominated.
They kind of... It was too bad, though, because there was like a lot of like 2-3s in the main tournament.
Yeah.
And then only Kellish are able to pull through in the team
Our
battle.
Brazilian hero.
That's right.
It's okay, though.
But,
Still got good casters in the foreign scene. we got that going on.
yeah, that's true. All four of us made it to the finals.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sick.
That was pretty amazing how we all did that. So, is it going to be 2 Stalkers or 2 Adepts? These are the questions Tasus must ask. 2 Stalkers. There it is.
Well, I think...
No, 2 Adepts!
Hurricane cancels into Adepts. That's kind of neat. You know, the Adepts, you generally don't get damage with them anymore. The Stalkers are super duper safe. I actually think
they pan out better later on in the game, too.
Yeah,
a lot more utility with them.
Adepts, like after the expansion, you don't really get too much out of them. And if you're not careful, like Stalkers microed correctly, smash Adepts early on. Like if you just send your Stalker straight out, you generally can intercept. But I got to tell you, I like the 2 Adept openers. I like the way that Zest plays it. I mean,
He sees him.
I think Zest does it right. Like the way that he utilizes them is he just scouts with them. That's it. Like he's not trying to get damage. What he's trying to do is he sees if your Nexus is on time, and if it's not, he defends.
I feel like in some ways we're only just now getting over the symptom of over-aggression with Adepts in general.
Yes.
Because when this unit came out, and I know everybody was crying and upset because it was, they seemed like super strong and maybe too good. But the truth is that we never had a unit that moved like this in an RTS game.
That's true.
So nobody quite knew how to deal with them. But then people started adapting to that. And then What would happen then is you'd see people actually overextending, right? Because Protoss players were rewarded too much by this unit. But I think people have finally calmed down and are using them the way they're supposed to be used.
I agree with you on this very much, and I think that we've seen that several times with multiple units. Like, for instance, look at Banshees early on in StarCraft 2. Like in Wings of Liberty, if a Banshee didn't get double-digit kills, we considered it a failure.
Yeah.
That literally, guys, I don't know if you recall, but we would actually be like, no, that Banshee didn't do well. Because that's how bad people were against Banshees for a while.
Because he gonna get a single probe.
Oh, he cancels.
I guess he gets two.
Yeah.
I didn't even see him get the first one, but okay.
But, and then, like, Oracles, for instance, Oracles got a billion kills every single time when they first came out. But people became better and better and understood all these times. Like, look at this. Both these get traded out for scene tech and getting 2 probes.
Yeah.
That's
much worth.
I like the fact, by the way, that he was making a Stargate and he canceled. That's cool.
Well, that's one of the things you could do in PvP. Make some red herring builds.
Especially when you're in the bottom red.
Yeah, and you're the red player. Yeah.
It's crazy. Top blue over here, though. He does have an Oracle.
You gotta make a blue herring build. Nobody even knows about that. Yeah. Well, let's see if they actually go for the third here. This is the part where PvP tends to slow down a little bit, is if they both get the second base up. It's unwise to try to attack into your opponent.
You can't really get too much done. Things like force fields early on and mothership core, it's just super strong stuff. Let's see this Oracle, where's it going to go?
You didn't have anything in the main other than the mothership, or tags that. Aha!
Yeah, sees no Stargate
now. I know.
Now he doesn't have to be too timid with that Oracle.
Did you say timid?
Timid.
Timid.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. Timid?
No, I didn't say timid. Timid's not even a word.
Did you timid that word up?
It's so stupid.
We got Immortals now being pumped out over here. Oh, good catch by Hurricane here, taking out Patience's Adept.
Now, Hurricane not taking a third Nexus. Like, he should have started it by now, realistically, especially after scouting what his opponent had with that Oracle. It was very clear that he could make a third Nexus. Okay, he starts it now. I feel like that's slightly slow for him. So he'll be behind economically just slightly.
By the way, already last episode of Game of Thrones coming.
Yeah.
Cannot wait!
Well, I'm not going to be able to see that one on time.
Oh, well, you have to wait for your wife to get back?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'll have to avoid that.
Yeah, I got to New Hampshire before her and watched the episode that was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Before she got there, she found out, and it wasn't good.
You got in trouble?
A little bit.
Oh!
It wasn't a very good thing for me to do, Taste. But I wanted to see it so bad!
I know, man. I can't wait to see this. I've got a serious Game of Throner right now, guys. I am so excited for this final episode to come out. Yeah. I didn't know you got in trouble. That's funny.
No,
what are you going to do, though?
That was a pretty bad move by me, to be honest. I only regret it slightly, though. I was happy to see the episode.
We got a lot more gates coming up here for Hurricane. And we're going with the Dark Shrine. It's Oracle not quite coming over here to shave off any workers just yet.
This is how Hurricane played previously a little bit. Not exactly the same, right? He hit it with a prism out on the map and all that. But once you have 3 bases, you can just make a Dark Shrine. That is absolutely an okay move. It's not seen as much right now because getting that 4th base up, getting charge going is really strong. But before, when it was like Blink Stalkers and a couple of Mortals and some Sentries into Disruptors, this was the normal Dark Shrine timing because your Robo is in constant use, so you don't have as many observers necessarily. We'll see where he goes with this Dark Shrine and what damage he can get done.
Templar Archives coming up here soon, too. And we do have Patience now taking the 4th base. And on this map especially, you usually don't see fights until somebody takes the 4th base. Kind of hard to get over there to the 3rd to do the damage you want to do.
Yeah. And even on this 4th base, it can be a little bit tough. Like, the builds are pretty well mapped out now with these charge plays. So, like, are you going to attack into them? Did you optimize just for having a lot of zealots, or are you going to try to utilize the choke against them? That type of thing. But right now, Patience going out with this double mortal prism. This is like one of the most deadly moves right now in PvP. You drop off the 2 immortals, you warp in a bunch of charge lots, and the rest of your army should be somewhere else ready to hit because you really have to dedicate a lot to wipe that out.
The Immortal's such a cool unit. I'm very intrigued by how we've seen it kind of used for everything in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
You know, like it never occurred to me until I think it was the first year at GSL. We saw people starting to drop to shoot down workers.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I guess they do enough damage. That is effective.
It is a really cool unit.
You can harass buildings with it.
It's one of the most fun units to put in a prism, to be honest. Wow.
Uh-oh. Does he not know? Oh, well, now he knows. That was tasteless. He would have had all those probes clicked down. He's going to get the cannon.
Wow.
No observer.
Jeez. 9 probes and lost mining time and a cannon taken out.
And the shields on the Immortal,
Wow.
guys.
Shields on the Immortal.
He's going to have to wait for that to regen.
Jeez. If he were to be attacked right now, the Immortal would die quicker. But no, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was some quality DTRS.
Well, considering, I mean, you know, you got to try to do that, right? But I didn't think it was going to be that effective.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready for a lot of Archons.
You know, I want to see the math on, because like I go armor and attack as well, but I want to see the math on armor versus plasma shields in this matchup for this build.
Oh, yeah.
Just because the Archons and everything has shields, right? And the Archons especially.
I
don't know. Anyways, I'd like to see the exact math on that.
Like that's really interesting. You'd like to see that.
Yeah. Hey, that's basically me saying, I'm lazy. Does anyone watching want to lay out the math completely for me in like a post on Team Liquid or something?
Crowdsourcing this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we should have an engage here. Supply difference is pretty considerable. This does go back to the fact that Patience lost so many workers to that DT and might be losing more because another DT does come in here.
It's going to wreck that pylon.
Take that pylon out. Oh, boy, here we go. Good angle here for Hurricane.
Even blinks forward and gets rid of that prism, so that is a gigantic moment. He can't stay here and fight for very long. Look at this. Right now, Hurricane backing up and actually doing a very good job picking off a ton of extra units.
Yeah, look at how disjointed the army is right now for Patience.
Yeah, this is tough because he blocked the running away route, the retreat route, I guess, as they say, for Patience.
Yes.
And after he picked off that prism, that was just like, what can you do but trade as best you can? And now when you look at what's left over here for Hurricane, did he make that Archon to block it or something? No.
Let's say that he did to make it even more epic.
Yeah.
Epic. GG, Hurricane did it, man.
He
Way
caught
better
the
play.
prism. That was like, and I liked his DT play as well. His expansions were a little bit slower.
Did Patience not know how behind he was? I was a little bit surprised that he was moving out. That was 170 supply to 137, dude.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big difference.
Not sure why he was like standing right there. I guess he just wanted to be on the map. But I don't know, man. I guess it is a little bit weird. I don't think he expected to get caught there, and I didn't expect him to get caught there. And I don't know if even Hurricane expected to catch him there and get the prism and just win, but, you know, okay.
Okay, we're going to go into game number 2. Good luck, Patience. Cannot afford to make a mistake like that in mid-game or you will not pan out in the economy play later on. It's too small of an army. All right, now we got some, what are these, cans they're hitting? Someone get the oil drum out.
This is a Blue Man Group song. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, now we got a piano key hit here. Ooh, the beats are really going.
What type of music is that?
I don't know.
2017
Is that what the kids call
GSL
dubstep?
Season 3, Code S.
In the bottom right, in the blue.
Hurricane.
And in the upper left in the red, he is.
Dead Pixels. Patience.
Okie dokie. See how these guys want to play it here on Ascension.
2-ire.
Yeah. Both Protoss
Gotta
players.
say where they're ascending to.
Yeah. It's very important.
No, I think it's very misleading for the viewers otherwise.
Well, if you're ascending to Ire, that means you died, right? Or you were about to die. and got
Yeah,
walked
didn't
on.
Ire get like completely owned in the storyline? Then they had to run away from Ire, right?
But on the mission that I'm on in Legacy of the Void, which is, I think, Mission 3, I can't remember because I didn't play it for a year or so, but they were trying to retake Ire, so I'm not sure. I don't want to... No spoilers,
no
guys.
spoilers here. We're multiplayer people, guys. Sorry. That comes out. We're right on the online stuff.
Yeah. How's your wrist doing, by the way?
I think I have 2 to 3 more weeks being the one-handed man. Thanks for coming
like a
down,
fan
guys. Yeah, I have 2 to 3 more weeks, and they got to X-ray it.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
then,
it'll all be fixed. Like, you have not been moving your wrist at
yeah,
all.
well, it's either this or I get it replaced with a hook.
That's all right.
Because if I have a hook for a hand, then I'm allowed to wear an eye patch, and you see how this kind of builds up, right? If I just wear an eye patch, people be like, what happened to your eye? But, you know, and I'd be like, I'm fine. I just want to mess my vision up and strain my left eye. But yeah, if I get my hand replaced with a hook. What else could I get my hand replaced with if my hand never heals?
Chainsaw.
A chainsaw, yeah. What is that? What's that movie? Evil Dead? The guy gets a chainsaw grabbed into his
Oh, my
arm?
God. There's a lot of things. Actually, like, I don't know if you... Yeah, you didn't really watch a lot of Strong Bad. But he figured out...
I did. Yeah, I still
Did you see the one where he figured out that the best thing to replace your hand with is a bucket? It's very true. People think of stupid things like hooks and stuff. No. It's a bucket. You carry things in that. It can, like, do liquids even. You can sit on a bucket. A bucket is, like, super useful, okay?
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Yeah. So the answer is a bucket.
A bucket.
You should absolutely
I'll get a bucket replaced over there. It's going to mess my macro game up, but that's okay. Ooh, one probe taking the long way around there.
Yeah, Stargate.
But yeah, in all seriousness, it should be better in about 2 to 3 weeks.
That's
and
good.
I should be back. I'll probably need, like, I don't know if I need physical therapy or whatever. I've not moved my hand at all.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, your muscle will probably be really weak, but what else is new? You were never known for your strength anyways.
Yeah, well, it's mostly my leg strength, right? Because that's where, you know, it's all my hips.
Okay.
I got nothing. These adepts now retreating back here. The pressure's on. Patience moving in here with these 4 stalkers is going to trigger the pylon cannon.
He's trying to. All right, does force that up. Starts another pylon there, so a little bit nervous. He's making a Void Ray at the moment.
Making a tasteless pylon there.
Back up that in control pylon.
Yeah, that in control pylon. So glad we have a name for that.
Yeah.
More stalkers are coming down here. Oh, gets that one pylon. All the stalkers are bruised, but none have been killed yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Patience really wants to keep on until he gets his other stalkers there.
Yeah, well, he just lost 2.
Adepts actually tank quite well. Now that he's got a Void Ray. Oh, he's going a little bit far out here.
Yeah, the Void Ray makes it a lot more complicated.
Chooses not to siege the Void Ray. So that's smart.
Okay, I think this rush is basically over. Oh, going for the Void Ray.
Oh my.
Okay, but it didn't work out in the end. Yeah, no, Hurricane's completely fine.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Patience is
as
sitting here
well.
like, what are you doing, man?
Well, the fact that Patience like sat and fought that and just kept losing units. This is like actually kind of a common thing for Patience. He doesn't have specifically bad micro, but he's not someone that we call a micro player at all. Like, he's had a lot of games like that where it's like he has more units and then the other Protoss player actually... In fact, stats like a year or 2 ago in SSL was like the funniest thing. It was like Patience had like the same amount of stalkers and he had Blink, if I recall correctly, and Stats didn't, and Stats won. And it was like the funniest game I've ever seen. I'm like, how does that even happen? I'm pretty sure that this is not how it's supposed to go.
I think what you're trying to say is that if Patience was a medieval warrior, he would fight with the hammer.
Absolutely, he would fight with the hammer.
Yeah, he would definitely fight with a giant war hammer.
Yeah. So true.
So
he's a brute force type of nerd.
Yeah, absolutely. He's
no
if
finesse
if he was an RPG character, his class would be barbarian.
Yeah, if he was a bad Marvel superhero, he wouldn't be the bad Marvel superhero that has a bow and arrow.
Right. Yeah.
He'd be one of the other bad Marvel superheroes, of which there are many to choose from.
Maybe a guy with ambiguous fire abilities.
Yes.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
I love that guy.
Let's get some more
sometimes he
superheroes
flies,
with ambiguous fire
sometimes
abilities.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We don't quite know how it works. It's like he can shoot flames or he touches shit and it catches on fire. We're not totally clear on it.
Dude, I started...
His name is Captain Fireman or something like that.
I start a lot of bad Netflix
He's always
superhero
blonde, too.
shows
He's
and
always
then turn them
blonde.
off.
Oh, yeah.
And, I can't stand it because they're so awful and they're so poorly made. And I was watching this one where there's a time traveler and I think it's DC universe. He goes back and gets Bird Man and Woman, whatever they're called or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're we gotta kill this guy in the future. His name is Vandal something or other. And
Yeah.
I'm okay, let me see. And they're we have to figure out where he is in time. And it's but I thought we killed him. It, the bird people said, right? And
Yeah.
so I'm sitting here, I'm okay, so you have a time machine, and these people almost killed him, but they didn't kill his last cell, so he came back to life because he's immortal. Now, why don't you just use the time machine to go to when they were killing him, and then kill the last cell? Oh, because then you wouldn't be able to make this terrible Netflix series anymore.
Dude, sick. Hurricane came in here, completely shut down the third, by the way. I could not agree more, Artosis.
Yeah, no, if anyone's watched that series, tell me how you watched past that episode. Which I think was episode 1 or 2. Which is where I had to stop.
Horsefield's coming down here, but the sheer number of stalkers. Oh my god, he misblinked. He did not get the rest of the stalkers up there. And that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, not too much left over here. That pylon doing some real sick work right there. All the probes coming out here as well.
Well, actually, I think never mind, there's an immortal.
Yeah, that's gonna.
This is the cast where you just get to watch me second guess myself constantly, guys. I'm oh, he's got no, there's an immortal. Oh, okay. GG. Hurricane is sick. Sorry, Patience, it's not your day today.
Yeah, Hurricane, I mean, he played pretty well against Stats, taking one game, and here he beat Patience pretty handedly. So, I mean, I guess that's good. He gets to go up against Stats again. I think Stats is going to be super ready for him, though. His DT stuff that he just keeps doing shouldn't be working against Stats this next time.
I don't think so.
And so then Stats just kind of has to sit back and macro and do his normal thing.
Stats has already been able to get a little bit of intel just watching that match. Let's see if Hurricane tries to mix it up or just stays with what he did last time and does a better job. We're going to a short break. When we come back, our final best of 3, Stats vs. Hurricane, to find out who moves on to the round of 8 in that last spot.
Always